There's a tech company that was pushed out of two of the most powerful software ecosystems in the world. First, it lost access to Google's most important Android services. Then, its long-term access to key Windows laptop hardware became a lot more complicated. For most companies, that would have been the end of the story. No Google apps on phones, no easy path forward for laptops, no clean way to compete globally. But Huawei did something most companies would never even attempt. It started building its own software world from the ground up. And now, that software is not just running on phones, it is spreading across tablets, watches, cars, smart home devices, and most importantly, laptops.
That is where this story gets much bigger, because the same company that was once cut off from Android is now building an operating system that could slowly challenge Windows in the world's largest PC market.
If this works, the next major software war may not be fought on smartphones. It may be fought on laptops. Huawei was caught in a geopolitical fight. Years spent building global momentum. Then the US government placed Huawei on a restricted trade list. That single move hit Huawei's smartphone business especially hard. Losing Google mobile services, Play Store, Gmail, Maps, YouTube, Drive made Huawei phones outside China much harder to sell. The hardware stayed strong, but to users, a phone without Google felt incomplete. And laptops too. Most Windows laptops rely on Intel or AMD chips. New restrictions made Huawei's future access less predictable. Microsoft wasn't cut off the same way, but their relationship became riskier. Suddenly, Huawei had to ask, what if its business couldn't depend on Google or Windows anymore? This was not a normal supply chain issue. Huawei could not simply write a bigger check and fix it. It realized if it didn't control its own software, foreign decisions could destroy its business overnight. That meant becoming a platform company, building an operating system, developer tools, app support, cloud services, and an ecosystem able to survive without Google or Microsoft. A few months after restrictions began, HarmonyOS launched. At first, many called it just a rebrand of Android code. They dismissed it. But Huawei saw it as a bridge. While critics debated if HarmonyOS was real, Huawei quietly prepared a rebuild. Over 5 years, Huawei turned HarmonyOS into something that could finally stand alone. HarmonyOS. Next, removed Android compatibility. This forced developers to build native HarmonyOS apps. That's a giant risk, but it was the only way to escape dependency. HarmonyOS is not just for phones. Huawei's strategy is bigger. One foundation for phones, tablets, laptops, watches, cars, smart home devices, office computers. It's not just about convenience, it's about control, independence, and resilience for China's technology ecosystem. Windows should pay attention. For decades, Windows dominated PCs. But for China, depending on Windows is a strategic risk. Huawei is building a Windows alternative where independence matters more than global popularity. Replacing Windows means managing every office workflow: documents, printers, security, government software, remote work. If HarmonyOS handles the boring work reliably, it doesn't need to beat Windows globally. It only needs to win cycles inside China: government offices, banks, schools, large organizations. Huawei's playbook starts with winning China first, then expanding to regions where it already has infrastructure: Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Africa, Latin America. When governments trust Huawei for networks, they're more open to its software ecosystem too. The bigger message? Technology independence. Huawei offers an ecosystem designed to keep working even if US access is restricted. This appeals to nations worried about sanctions or overdependence. Restrictions slowed Huawei's global business, but they forced growth. A phone system without Google, a software platform not tied to Android, a PC strategy outside Windows. This is not a Windows is dead story. It's about fragmentation. Instead of one global software world, the future may be regional, one for the West, one for China, and others picking based on cost, politics, and security. Microsoft and Google should not panic, but watch closely. HarmonyOS only needs to weaken them in governments seeking alternatives. If HarmonyOS PCs gain traction, others will ask, can we build software independence? Huawei didn't fade, it rebuilt. HarmonyOS started as a backup for phones. Now, it's a broader platform for devices, offices, laptops, even national systems. Don't judge by whether HarmonyOS beats Windows in America. The real question is, can it stand strong in China and expand beyond? Huawei was locked out of Android, pressured around Windows, and instead of giving up, it started a separate software world. The next major tech battle may not be about who makes the best phone, but who controls the operating system under every device. So what do you think? Does HarmonyOS have a real shot at being a Windows alternative, or is Windows too entrenched? Share your thoughts. For more deep dives into tech shifts, subscribe for more breakdowns, clarity, confidence, and no fluff.